In the year 1859, the world was a vastly different place. It was a world of steam, iron, and the burgeoning miracle of the telegraph, a network of wires that crisscross continents, allowing messages to fly faster than any horse. But on a quiet morning in September, something extraordinary happened. Telegraph operators around the globe found their machines going haywire. Sparks flew from the equipment, shocking the operators. In some cases, the paper tapes used to record messages burst into flames, setting telegraph offices on fire. What was even stranger was that some operators disconnected their machines from the power supplies, only to find they could still send and receive messages. An invisible phantom current was coursing through the wires, powerful enough to run the entire system on its own. Across the planet, another spectacle was unfolding. Dazzling auroras, normally confined to the polar regions, were seen as far south as the Caribbean and Hawaii. The lights were so bright that people in the Rocky Mountains were woken from their sleep, thinking it was dawn. Some miners even started preparing their breakfast, fooled by the brilliant celestial display. This global phenomenon, a moment of both beauty and chaos, was the Carrington Event. It was the most powerful solar storm ever recorded to hit Earth, a direct assault from our own sun. It was named after Richard Carrington, a British amateur astronomer who, just a day before the chaos erupted, had been sketching sunspots when he witnessed an intensely bright flash of light erupt from the sun's surface. He had just become the first person to observe a solar flare. He couldn't have known at the time, but he had just seen the muzzle flash of a cosmic cannon aimed directly at our planet. That flash was a colossal eruption of magnetized plasma, a coronal mass ejection, or CME, hurtling through space at millions of miles per hour. It took just over 17 hours for this billion-ton cloud of solar particles to travel the 93 million miles to Earth. When it struck, it slammed into our planet's magnetosphere, the natural magnetic shield that protects us from the worst of the sun's radiation. The impact was so violent that it compressed and warped this shield, allowing huge amounts of energy to pour into our upper atmosphere. This massive influx of energy is what supercharged the auroras, pushing them to latitudes they had never reached before. It also induced powerful electrical currents in the ground, and crucially, in any long conductors, like the telegraph wires that spanned the globe. In 1859, the consequences were manageable. The telegraph network was the most advanced technology of the time, and while its disruption caused confusion and some fires, civilization didn't collapse. It was a curious and spectacular anomaly, a story for the newspapers, but not a world-ending catastrophe. But it left a crucial question unanswered, a question that has grown more urgent with every passing year. What would happen if a storm of that magnitude were to strike our planet today? Think about our modern world. We don't just have telegraph wires. We have a civilization built entirely on electricity and digital information. Our lives are woven into a complex, planet-spanning web of power grids, communication satellites, and undersea internet cables. This intricate infrastructure is our greatest strength, but it's also our greatest vulnerability. It is, in effect, a giant, planetary-scale version of the 1859 telegraph network, just waiting for the right kind of solar encouragement to go haywire. If a Carrington-level event happened today, the first casualties would be our satellites. The high-energy particles from the solar storm would fry the sensitive electronics of the thousands of satellites orbiting Earth. This would mean an instant global blackout of GPS systems. Every plane in the sky, every ship at sea, every smartphone in every pocket would lose its ability to know where it is. Navigation would be thrown back to the age of maps and sextants. But that's just the beginning. The real catastrophe would happen on the ground. The same geomagnetic induction that caused telegraphs to spark in 1859 would induce massive, uncontrollable currents in our power grids. Our electrical systems are designed to handle specific voltages and frequencies. The sudden surge of direct current from a solar storm would be like trying to pump water through pipes designed for air. The large transformers at substations, the backbone of any national grid, would overheat, melt, and explode. These transformers are not something you can just buy at a local hardware store. They are gargantuan, custom-built pieces of equipment that can weigh hundreds of tons. They take months, sometimes years, to build and transport. And we don't have a huge stockpile of them sitting in a warehouse somewhere. If hundreds of them were to be destroyed simultaneously across a continent, the result would be a power outage on an unprecedented scale. We're not talking about a blackout that lasts a few hours or even a few days. We are talking about a blackout that could last for months, or in the worst-hit regions for years. Imagine a world without electricity. No lights, no refrigeration, no heating or air conditioning. Communication systems would fail. Phones would be useless. The internet would vanish. Hospitals would have to rely on backup generators, but those generators need fuel. With supply chains broken and no way to pump fuel, even those would eventually fall silent. Clean water would stop flowing as municipal pumps lose power. Sanitation systems would fail. Our just-in-time delivery systems for food would grind to a halt, leading to empty shelves in supermarkets within a few days. Society as we know it is a delicate, interconnected machine that runs on electricity. A Carrington-level event wouldn't just turn off the lights. It would systematically dismantle the very foundations of modern civilization. It would be a cascade of failure, plunging us into a world that few of us are prepared to navigate. The digital age would end overnight, replaced by a struggle for the basic necessities of survival. So, how likely is this apocalyptic scenario? Is this just science fiction, or a genuine threat we should be worried about? Scientists who study space weather estimate that the probability of a Carrington-class storm hitting Earth is around 1 to 2% per year. That might not sound like much, but over a decade, the odds climb to around 12%. Over a few decades, it becomes a near certainty. It's not a matter of if another major solar storm will hit us, but when. In fact, we've had a few near misses already. In July 2012, an absolutely monstrous CME, one even more powerful than the 1859 event, erupted from the sun. It blazed through space on a path that took it right through Earth's orbit. Fortunately, Earth wasn't there. Our planet had passed that exact point in its orbit just 9 days earlier. We dodged a cosmic bullet by the slimmest of margins. If that storm had hit us, you would know about it. Your life would be completely different today. The world would still be rebuilding from a multi-trillion-dollar disaster that would have made every other catastrophe in recent history look minor by comparison. The threat is real, and it is silently looming. We are living in a period of relative cosmic calm, but the sun is a volatile star. Its activity waxes and wanes in an approximately 11-year cycle. As we move into a new solar maximum, the period of greatest activity, the chances of a major Earth-directed eruption increase significantly. We are, in essence, playing a game of Russian roulette with our star. So what can be done? The first step is awareness. Governments and power companies are slowly waking up to the threat of extreme space weather. Scientists are working on better prediction models, using satellites that act as an early warning system, giving us precious hours or days of notice before a storm hits. This would give grid operators time to take preventative measures, like strategically shutting down parts of the grid to prevent catastrophic overloads. Work is also being done to harden our infrastructure, developing new types of transformers and grid components that are more resilient to geomagnetically induced currents. But progress is slow, and the cost is enormous. The Carrington Event of 1859 was a warning shot across the bow of humanity. It revealed our sun's capacity for violence and our planet's vulnerability. At the time, our technology was too primitive to be truly endangered. Today, the opposite is true. Our complete dependence on our sophisticated, fragile technology has turned a celestial curiosity into a potential existential threat. We've built a magnificent glass house, but we've built it right next to a star that likes to throw rocks. Understanding this threat and preparing for it may be one of the most important challenges our civilization faces. The next time the sun decides to attack, we need to be ready. For more deep dives into the cosmos and the incredible forces that shape our universe, make sure to follow my channel Space Repo.